What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here, and we're back with another reaction on Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
Together we are
HellaDepraved.
apparently clearing my throat. Let me clear my throat. So this was requested
By Mike Hall.
by Mike.
Now this is a band, Eva Under Fire, that we've checked out a few from on this channel. I knew of before joining you, so I've heard most of their catalog. And this song, I want to say, is about 2 years old. So I have heard it, guys. But I'm still excited to show Depraved here. Do love them.
The Strong!
Yes. Love this band, though.
So, this was her pick.
It was.
Actually, you guys are going to get a lot of rock today. That is.
Yeah, that just seemed to work out that way.
That is like today's theme.
I'm not complaining.
For anyone wondering, this weekend I will work on re-uploading the Evanescence songs.
It is a little bit more of a headache than you guys are assuming. So I hope that for the people that requested that it be re-uploaded, they watch it multiple times, because that's an additional like 3 hours worth of work. So
Yes.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
You know who you are. Or at least share the shit out of it.
Exactly. That too.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to react to this. If you guys, sorry guys, I drank some Mountain Dew and it's a little syrupy.
All right, then.
We're going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If you've not seen it, please click the link in the description below. Hop on over, watch the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment, let Eva Under Fire know we sent you. And then come on back, and we say that because we're a pausing kind of channel. There's pauses.
There's commentary. That's
all
what it
over
is.
the place sometimes.
Yeah. Depends. So
Usually more so with hip hop than rock music, but
right, but lyrics, music video, whatever it is, we will pause to talk about it.
Yep. All right, so with that being said, it is time to slash it up and break it down. This is Eva Under Fire with The Strong. The Strong. Let's get it. All right, over 40,000 people die by suicide each year in the United States. It is the 10th leading cause of death overall. Suicide is complicated and tragic, but it is often preventable. Knowing the warning signs and how to get help can help save lives.
So what did you even do today?
What do I always do? I work, sleep, and eat!
That is such a lie! I'm so tired of you lying!
All right, mistake number 1. You should never drag your kids into it.
Absolutely agreed.
Ever. As a matter of fact, I'm a firm believer they shouldn't even be sitting there arguing in front
Of a child.
of their kid.
Correct.
This is all I am, and all I...
Mistake number 2. She should have slapped the shit out of her.
Guys, just quit being mean girls. Quit being the bullying in school. Like, I'm not one of those people that's gonna sit down and have like anti-bullying laws and go nuts over it. But just
Here's the scheme. Here's the thing, and Scheme has brought this up, and I agree 100%. Right? Depression and suicide rates have climbed.
Correct.
Since they started this whole anti-bullying campaign. Because one of the problems with this anti-bullying campaign is not only are they trying to convince bullies to quit, they're also convincing the kids that are being bullied to not feed into it.
Right.
Here's the problem. Only one of those two sides is following what they're supposed to be doing.
Right, which means that they're repressing, the kids that were being bullied are repressing their feelings and not being able to express themselves, because unfortunately the people who want to be mean are
going
just
to.
going to be mean. Yeah, so...
Um,
But it means they're internalizing it a hell of a lot more. The depression and the anger and everything is getting repressed. It's getting shoved down, internalized. It's not spoken about. And that's just not the right way to make this whole thing work.
and I mean, I'm not one that likes fighting,
No.
but to be 100% honest, sometimes it's necessary.
And I don't like... I'm not saying that I agree with bullying at all
No.
either. I'm saying that the way that this is being handled is not the correct way.
No.
So...
So yes, in my opinion, she should have slapped the shit out of her.
And all I know, to speak in the midst of the silence and listen to the places that I've been and where I'll go. With your hand taking mine, and all of what you made of the memories, I'll never let you go. I am the strong.
I love her voice.
Her voice is incredible. Super powerful too. Yeah. This is one of the reasons I had introduced you to this band in the first place.
I also feel sorry for any kid that tries to pick on Sophia. And not because I'm going to get involved.
This is his daughter, yeah. Yeah, you don't need to. If she doesn't handle it herself, which is kind of what we're saying, her brothers will. So there is that.
I'll never let you go. I am the strong. I am the brave. I am the star. I am the pain. And I will fight by your side until we're home. You're not even through the rain and fading light. Remember every word that you told me. Sing it out loud, whisper it slowly. Just hold on, 'cause day breaks on its way. We used to run from all of our shadows, and now we're here to stay. I am the strong, I am the brave, I am the star, I am the pain, and I will fight by your side until we're home. I am the strong, I am the brave, I am the star, I am the pain, and I will fight by your...
Being a kid be like that, though.
Yes. Yes, her little, she's like ducking down and grinning. But I do like just the message in general that all it takes is one person checking in on you at, I mean, that happened to be the perfect time.
Right.
But just having that one person in your corner makes all the difference, especially when you're younger, especially then. It's also one of the huge reasons I'm super fucking conflicted about social media for younger kids. And I'm talking more about the Instagram post of her being pushed down and everything they were all saying about it. Like, at least there wasn't that in addition to the bullying when I was
Right.
even in high school. That it just wasn't a thing. Because kids are going to screw up. They're going to screw up. You know, unfortunately, bullying happens. And then just that's also your learning curve until you become an adult. And then it's just a learning curve that you take monetary losses for. But, like, to have it actually videoed and then shared around everywhere, or it's just, it's just added stress, I think, to that whole period of life, which to me was stressful enough in the beginning.
Right. One of the things I struggle with social media, anyways, is I feel like a lot of social media should be set up, for kids at least, with certain things becoming available as they get older.
Right. Like parameters that are...
Right. And I think there should be... The biggest problem, though, is it's so easy to just create a profile saying your specific age.
Yeah, it's all about enforceable regulations. Like, how does that even...
Right. So, I mean, obviously a lot of that would come down to parents being parents, by the way.
Right, which obviously this chick in this does not have.
Right. But, like, you know, if your kid wants to start a social media profile at, like, 7, fine. But all they can do is...
Discuss Sesame Street?
Well, like, basically type out, like, you know...
Right.
Whatever the hell they're called these days. They're not messages, but, like... Yeah, message.
Yeah.
Post, like, a message
Yeah.
on your Facebook wall or
Right.
whatever.
Okay.
But you can't tag anybody. You can't put your profile picture in.
You shouldn't have your real name. Full name, at least.
Right.
Geolocation.
And then I feel like as you get older, like maybe you get to like 10 years old, then you could put your profile picture in.
I don't know.
And then,
again, it's all about enforceable.
And then as you get to like 17, 18 years old, there's going to be a lot of teenagers, if they watch this, and be like, no, fuck that.
Right.
But I feel like 17, 18 is a pretty good age range to finally start letting people tag other people.
Right.
Because I feel like that's also a lot of the problem. Is like some kid gets picked on, and then everybody's posting
like
and tagging
wildfire.
that person.
Yeah.
And not only is that person now able to go see all the shit things are being said about them,
Right.
but everyone else
Is also
seeing it. Like,
I mean, it's just re-victimization is my concern. You know, it's that one moment that you wish had never happened. That, and I'm not saying from like, I'm saying from this viewpoint. Like, you have something happen that to you was the worst thing that could ever happen, and then all of a sudden, everybody is able to see it, rewatch it, spread it, put their 2 cents in.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's one of those things. It's just so unnecessary. As humans, we are so brutal to each other in the first place. I don't feel like it needed to be recorded for the masses.
No.
Forevermore. It's just, yeah.
I definitely think something like that should get a child, like, expelled.
Suspended.
No,
I
expelled.
mean, well, okay, but I think it again, it would have to go in level of, like, offenses.
Nah.
But
Nah.
I agree with you. I do agree with you that it is definitely something that should be very harshly punished. I'm not talking about a day either, you know. But like this
No,
is...
I'm talking about if as a teenager you want to do something like that, your life should be fucked up. And there should be no coming back from it. Like, guess what? You're a warehouse worker the rest of your life now.
Well, you know, I mean, again, if we're going to go with the whole anti-bullying laws that are have been put in place and are being put in place, like there does need to be much stronger ramifications for being the bullier. You know?
Right.
That's what's not really happening right now. And I understand that, like, a lot of people that do bully other people have shit going on in their lives too, which is why they're acting out. Some are just mean though, yo. Some are just mean. It happens. There was always some mean kids and mean adults. It's just how the world works. But if we're going to tell kids that they're not allowed to express themselves because that in turn is going to just feed the bully, like, the bully needs to have some work done too, and counseling isn't always the only option, you know? So, I don't know. Things like this get me very worked up and upset.
Work on their face.
Oh, hush.
Sorry. Call the line.
And check on your friends.
Yes.
It's a great album. I wanted to point out that he was looking up because he might have a slight height phobia, not because he was reacting in any other way to the movie.
No.
He just can't.
It's heights.
He's like, no, fuck that.
No, I have. I'm not gonna get into it because I don't want to make people mad or things like that. I have a very zero tolerance for suicide policy, personally. That's all I'll say. Because, like I said, I have very strong opinions on it, and I'm not somebody that, wants to push those on other people.
However, it's a huge problem.
It is.
And it's tragic. It's really tragic. Unfortunately, it takes some of the most brilliant and best lives out there. It really does. The people who feel things the deepest, and it is something that the message needs to be spread. The hotline number is there for anyone who needs it. Please call your friends, check in with them. If you see this kind of thing happening, help them out. Like, don't just be a bystander that videos it. That's not how you want to remember life, as being the person that filmed someone else's worst experience and then that person commits suicide. Like, what does that say about us as a society, that we're more apt to pick up the phone and film tragic events happening than we are to step in and help? I honestly think that's disgusting.
Sure.
So, yeah. Again, Eva Under Fire always has very powerful messages, I feel like. So, Heroine is the other one that we did, that they have the brackets around the hero. Obviously talking about addiction. Again, addiction versus strength in that capacity. We did Anchors recently. But I just love how they combine her powerful voice with such intense messages. And you heard the strings at the beginning of this. I'm a sucker for those. Plus the guitar work and everything else that they put together is impeccable. So
No, it was a fantastic song, fantastic video. One of the things I'm glad that they did is they didn't do the whole her trying to reach out to people thing. Because in my experience, most people, and I mean most, not all, but
right.
most people that do end up unsubscribing from life do so without warning,
Right.
without telling people. They struggle, they keep the stuff to themselves,
They internalize it so heavily. Yeah.
and then it happens, and everyone's like, I didn't even know they were sad or depressed, or...
I didn't know it had gotten that bad, and
Um,
I really like that they had it kind of the opposite way, where this guy may not have been able to step in based on his own feelings, whatever, at the time, but he checked on her, and it just happens that he checked in on her at the right times,
right.
and showed his support in terms of like befriending her and obviously dating her. I also like that they showed 2 incidences almost back to back of where she was heavily thinking about it, because it doesn't go away just because you have that one friend or you enter a relationship, or depression will keep coming back with every new problem heaped on. Like, you saw that she found the notices that electricity was going to be shut off and stuff, and her dad took
Probably
it out on
blaming
her.
Your lights are always on.
Well, and that's what made her go and stand on the rooftop. But it's like, sure, she's gonna keep facing, especially with terrible parents like that.
Both their parents should be shot.
But she's gonna keep facing these problems that are gonna cause her to reach that heaviness and that place again. But you saw that once again. Her phone buzzed, and it's him checking in on her. So it's just those bright spots in your day that can make all the difference.
Right.
But she didn't call him. She wasn't like, hey babe, can I come over because dad's pissed because he didn't pay for our lights to stay on. No, like, that's her go-to at this point in her life, and it just so happened he was like, hey, at that moment. So it really should be a lesson to everyone, guys. Like, always check on your friends, even if you think they're doing okay. Like, and everyone's got stuff that they don't share. Everyone. I mean, that she doesn't go to school and talk about it, and she shouldn't have to. She shouldn't have to. But a lot of these anti-bullying laws we're putting in place aren't
Effective.
No. I get it, and we're trying to do the right thing, and we're trying to protect children, and I do understand that, but the way that they are being enacted is not the way to help, because we are asking kids to repress their emotions, and that is just making situations like this where repressed emotions are exactly what the problem is. Because that's part of the message. I am the strong. Like, she's not in a position of power, either at school, in the social hierarchy, or with her parents. Like, she really has no outlet, nothing she can do to change her situation. And unfortunately, a lot of our laws are taking away even more of kids' power. They're not even allowed to verbally defend themselves, because that's quote unquote feeding into the problem, and in a lot of ways it is, but that's not solving the root of the problem. That's just asking people not to speak about their feelings. I feel like we're going back to 1800s repression level here. I don't know. That's we could obviously talk about this for a while, but this is a fantastic song. Thanks for the recommendation, Mike.
Fantastic song. Fantastic. Fantastic video. I like I said, I really enjoyed the song. And I do think songs like this need to be made.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you never know when a song can save somebody's life.
That is also true.
Happened to me. Anyways, with that being said, if you guys liked the video, smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Eva Under Fire with The Strong? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
That being said, love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Peace. I didn't push the button like I normally do.